Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursday.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
We're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding?
Happy summer. Happy summer. How are you, buddy?
Summer. Great. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Nothing better than Friday night audit.
Nothing
You're
better.
At home. You're not on the road. I'm at home, not on the road.
I know. It's pretty crazy. It's so crazy. You'd think I'd know what time it is. Yet, Craig, I'm still confused.
That's because you've been at home too long. It's always time for an audit.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality where the hosts hate being here nearly as much as you can't stand watching us. That's Craig Sullivan. I'm Glenn Hausman. It's getting really hard to write those things every single freaking week, especially since I wait till like 4:57. How are you?
I'm great. It's summertime.
Yeah.
Tops down on the car.
Yeah.
Grandson was over yesterday. Nothing to complain about. Life is good.
That's good. And in the true spirit of me, I got plenty to complain about. So it's like the longest day of the year. It's freaking beautiful. But now I'm all depressed because I feel like it's going to be winter in 20 minutes because the days are going to start to get shorter. And I need somebody to snap me out of this sadness.
Is that because everything's hurting?
Yes. Everything hurts. And I'm dying.
Hey. That's going on a T-shirt.
It is. All right. Craig, so we got our guest, and then we've got a sort of not guest, right?
Correct.
Yes. So I want you to do the...
Lots going on today.
Yeah.
We've got two of the best people on the whole planet.
Oh, we do.
One of them's my cousin. That's Stephen Medel from Pacifica Hotels.
And I should say, Dave is not here today. He recently started a new gig, so I don't think we're going to be seeing him as frequently. But thank goodness, Craig. Thank goodness we're as they say, leveling up. We got Dr. Producer Suzanne.
Yes, we are.
Sorry, Dave.
Yes.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. It might be no more.
Stephen, great to see you.
Great
What's
to see
going
you
on?
guys.
Hey, awesome. For a second, I got nervous. Thought maybe you have a
Dropped
thing.
off again.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes thing. When you're doing podcasts and videos and stuff like that, when there's a pause of just that long,
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, what's gonna happen next? Am I gonna have to jump in? Are they gonna say something? Am I gonna have to pivot? It's really
My
difficult.
apologies.
I don't know why.
Hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm starting to sound like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Zoinks! But whatever.
How are you, cuz? What are you up to?
Man, what are we up to? It's summertime, and in California, should be the best of times out here right now. So no, looking forward to a great summer.
And I'm looking forward to this. It went from spring last week to 90 degrees. So I need to get these cocktails going right away. So I'm gonna open myself a beer. Steven, I don't think you're drinking tonight.
I'm faking it. I'm faking it with a seltzer, but it looks good. It's a cool cup.
Yeah,
nice.
Love it.
Very cool.
Suzanne, you got something special?
Cheers.
I'm just sticking with an Arnold Palmer tonight.
Cheers.
Very good. Cheers.
Yeah.
The elixir of life.
Oh, yeah,
Liquid sunshine.
for sure. So, what's going on in your world over there, Stephen? What's new?
What is new? We've been working on quite a bit, at least on the Pacifica Hotel side.
Yeah.
We haven't acquired anything new. Hopefully, here we got something to announce here pretty quickly. We've been heads down on a couple projects going on, but listen, just really ramping up for summer. In California, it's the last couple years. Q1 has been a little dreary, right? We always complain, and here we are. We're gonna do it again this year. We complained last year when it was gray forever, and you had May gray, June gloom, and then boom, the summer was here, and boy did it come on! Boy did it come on quick!
Yeah,
Did it come on hot. And I kind of based on listen, summer solstice yesterday. It was a beautiful day. An amazing moon last night. They were like, wow, summer's really here. Potentially could be a hot one again. But listen, I think it's going to be an exciting summer for us. We've got some great kind of things planned. A bunch of our hotels, food and beverage elements that we're bringing in with it. So it's great.
So what I'm taking away from that is that no matter how good things are, hoteliers could really find the negative and really focus on that.
Len, you might be a hotelier. You need to back up and show that shirt again.
Yes, everything hurts. And dying. This is one of my favorite shirts because it really expresses how I feel every single morning. It's so funny. Like I get positive later on in the day, but when I first start my day, that every morning I wake up, I'm almost like and then it hurts to get out until I shake it out.
We kind of hoteliers, we kind of live and die by those forecasts, right? And I don't mean the weather forecast. I mean like revenue forecast.
Yeah.
So if we're projecting, it's going to be a great summer, and then you start seeing numbers going in opposite direction, you got to quickly kind of regroup, go back and hit the pause button and figure out quickly what can you do to make changes on the fly.
Yeah,
absolutely. And and that's one of the nice things about our temperate climate here in California all year. I mean, you guys did really well with your Central Coast properties during COVID. You were running 85, 90% occupancy.
No, it was
all year.
It was wrong.
All year.
It was wrong. Yeah.
Well, it was wrong, but it was great.
But it was great. Yeah.
And a hallmark with you guys, this is why Pacific is one of my favorite operators. You guys get food and beverage right and take it to a whole new level. I haven't been to a hotel of yours where I have not had a great meal across the board, whether I'm up in the Central Coast, San Diego, Marina Del Rey, downtown LA. Glenn and I both stay at your Wayfair. That's our base camp for both of us when we're in LA. And it's my favorite boutique hotel in downtown LA without a doubt. But tremendous, and your teams are just incredible as well. So now how many hotels do you have in California now? And you've got 2 in Hawaii?
So of the 36, so 33 are in California.
Yeah.
We've got three out of state. So to your point, Hawaii, Oregon, and state of Washington, and Seattle.
Nice.
Nice. All great markets. I love it that you're staying on the West Coast. Are you looking also more towards Colorado, Texas?
We are definitely looking out of state. Yeah, we're just given the landscape of everything and the dynamics. And I'm not gonna say pick your color, choose the color of what state to go into, but there are certainly states that are becoming more friendly.
Yeah.
And listen, when you have a portfolio of our size, and we've been doing business in California for 54 years, right?
Yeah.
We've weathered a lot of storms over here.
Yeah.
You get to know it pretty well. It doesn't mean that it's getting any easier. Having food and beverage employees today in California and running F&B, it's hard. So thank you. I'll take the kudos. We'll accept the kudos all day long. It's not easy for making it look easy. It's hard. It's hard work out there.
It is. It's also hard being a customer, having to kick back all of those delicious cocktails that you guys are serving up.
I don't complain. I don't complain about that.
What would you say is the big selling drinks at this time of year? for you guys?
The big sell of drinks. Like, what's the drink?
Yeah, like what's just like the number one, number two kind of cocktails that you think are being drank at your hotels most frequently right now?
Oh, great question. We do a lot of activation with a bunch of different barrel tasting beverages. And so it seems like we're always pushing something. I would say tequila has made a really strong comeback.
Right.
Tequila has been very, very strong.
We love
the last
tequila. Tequila is very strong, so we're not allowed to drink it anymore.
Couple years. Whereas, the time before that, even, people were really leaning hard into whiskey drinks, bourbon barrel, really kind of bourbon forward drinks. And so you had old fashions. It just seems like we're everywhere.
Dude, they are everywhere. And all of a sudden,
really
I look down and I'm like, why am I drinking old fashions all of a sudden? What happened here? This is not me 2 years ago.
And they're great. Yeah. Listen, they're great. It just seems like we go in these ebbs and flows. It was a couple years ago, somebody was saying, oh, watch, gin's going to make a really big comeback. And then somebody else said, we think that brandy. I go, on my... I hope I never see brandy come back. But if it does come back, it's going to have to come back in some major way with some fancy drink. Because that's just not for me. But I would say this summer, Glenn, it's got to be a margarita.
Yeah. Margarita's a good way to go.
Mezcal. But you know what? Mezcal is made a really big, and maybe it's just here in California. Mezcal has been really, really huge out here.
Well, you've got a couple of brands. Sammy Hagar's got at least one mezcal brand going. And then I think our friends from one of our favorite tequila manufacturers is also got a mezcal from our friends at Casa Amigos.
Yeah. I got Dos Hombres one.
Yeah. So Sammy Hagar got back into tequila. He joined forces or asked Guy Fieri to get involved with him. And, Guy's a huge personality. Yeah. We did a big feature with him at one of our hotels in Marina Del Rey. Not that long ago. So Guy came out, told the whole story about how he and Sammy kind of hooked up, and so they've done a great job with that.
Did he get to third base, or did he get all the way when they hooked up?
I think it was over FaceTime.
It was during the lockup.
Mark Wahlberg's trying his hand at tequila right now.
That's
as well.
Right. Yeah. Now, have you been to Sammy's place over in Huntington Beach yet?
Quick question on that. Do more celebrities have alcohol brands or podcasts?
God,
that's a good question. I got to say that's probably pretty even.
Yeah.
I would say their alcohol brands will last longer than their podcasts.
Yeah. Sorry, what was your question there to Stephen?
Have you been over to Sammy Hagar's new place?
I have not yet. I saw that it's down at the Hilton waterfront, right?
I thought it was at the Hyatt, but he also took over one of the restaurant spaces on the beach.
I saw that also. Yeah.
What was it? Duke's. Okay. If it's not Duke's, it was the restaurant next door.
Got it.
And that just opened, I think, a few weeks ago.
Haven't been by. Haven't seen it, but I did. I haven't gone in it, but see it pretty frequently as I drive PCH.
We'll meet there.
You got it.
We'll meet there. Yeah.
You got it.
So, you guys do something that's really fun at your Wayfair, and that's at is it Fork and Film or Film and Fork?
Fork and Film.
Fork and Film, where you guys are curating a meal to you're curating a meal to a movie, and you've had tremendous success in your speakeasy with that. And I know a long time ago when we talked about this, you were looking at taking it down to the Wayfair in San Diego.
We've taken it out to Hawaii, so it's on the Big Island at the courtyard out there. Yeah.
Nice. How's it doing out there? Because I think that's a home run for you guys. You guys are so inventive, with your food and beverage components.
Yeah.
Everybody out there,
they do such a great job. They do such a great job with that. And I think part of it is they're really playing off of the nostalgia element. Yeah. So they're doing movies that people relate to, whether you're families or your couples or your girlfriends, whatever, right? It is a very family-friendly event. The cost point is not very family-friendly. So if you have a child who maybe isn't very adventurous and a bubbling green thing comes to table, and it's in the spirit of, you know, Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie Princess and the Frog.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be like this bubbly green. You know, some kids might say, I don't want to eat that. Mom and Dad's gonna be like, no, you paid $250. You're gonna eat that.
You're gonna like it. And you'll be whistling zippity doo dah to your asses all the way.
That are, you know, it's okay. You can finish it for breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah, but they really do some pretty amazing stuff there. So the second run is now out in Hawaii, and we're featuring some great movies out there, as you would expect. I think they're featuring Moana. I don't know if they're doing a Lilo and Stitch out there, but really incorporating the island with that, and they do get a really good family following out there in Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, Hawaii's such a great place. My kids have been talking about they want to make Kahlua pig. I'm like, you're not digging a ditch in the backyard and burying a pig corpse. What are you talking about?
It might be
I could just see the police showing up at your house.
Well,
it'll be cheaper and easier to fly them to Hawaii. And
I said next time we go to Hawaii, maybe we could go to a hotel that does that and participate in it.
Well, listen, you inspired them enough to even be crazy enough to think about the idea.
Seriously, they are cooking the craziest stuff now.
Really?
They put me to shame. They made this Chinese duck stew the other night, which was too spicy for me. But it was absolutely smelled fantastic and looked great. So they're really crushing it with all the fancy pants cooking and stuff like that.
Are they staying in residence halls or are they in apartments?
I'm not exactly sure if it's an apartment, but it's like a residence kind of like setup.
So they're forced to cook as opposed to do the meal plan.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great because I mean, like for lunch the other day, they made some sort of rice wrap things stuff with plum stuff. I don't know.
Holy cow!
Come on, Glenn, you're better at
It's better than ramen. So
I was just gonna say I didn't hear top ramen in any of that.
No, it started with the top ramen, but they really have gone way beyond it. They go to this place called H Mart and this other place, Oriental Grocery, all the time, and they're always like getting new things now and trying new recipes that they find on YouTube. Which is
nice. Cool. Nice.
Well, that's an exciting thing about what those grocery stores are doing. I mean, just spin on food and beverage for a moment. Like when you put a very, very authentic of a certain Asian but that's what H Mart is, right? 99 Ranch. You put these in these mass populated areas, and it really kind of takes the rest of the population and says, hey, what is this place? And it opens your senses to so many other types of food varieties out there. And God, I mean, if you got a kid who likes to cook, that's a dream.
No, and also which gets me thinking, California is probably going to force you guys to open up a hot pot or Korean barbecue concept in one of your hotels any minute now, is my guess. You know,
really funny. You just said we just talked about it last week, and we're like, you know, okay, kind of cool on that rooftop. It might be a hot pot type of thing, but it's so niche, right? It's very, very niche. But
I don't know about that. I mean, both Resorts World and Venetian announced a hot pot and a Korean barbecue place, and Venetian opened up a hot pot place last year.
Right,
yeah. I mean, a hot pot is all that stuff is insane. Right now, we're getting all of these all-you-can-eat Korean barbecues with the hot pots now, like every 5 feet from our house. I would like to talk to the food and beverage trends out there. Let's get a real banh mi sandwich by my house, not the pretend ones. I need the pate. I need the whole thing. So I want to get that trend rolling.
But you won't cook a pig in your backyard. Is that because your neighbors will call the police on you?
No, he doesn't want to clean up the mess.
Honestly.
Suzanne's right. That's it right there. Suzanne's got him dialed in.
Really, not enough people like me to come over and eat the thing with us. So, you know.
That's what freezers are for.
There you go.
You can get a suckling pig. You can get a little one.
You can.
Yeah, get a little pig. There
like
you go.
35-pounder.
Yeah.
if you've got a Traeger grill, you can do it on a Traeger too. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
He's got one.
Do you? Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, Steven, he's got a Traeger. He's constantly smoking out there. In the
Do
middle
it.
of winter,
Have
he's
the
got
boys
that thing going.
have them start there. Have them start with a suckling sorry for any of our, vegan fans watching right now. Start them with a suckling pig on the Traeger, and then see if they want to graduate up to in the ground.
I did I done the leg of lamb on my Traeger, which is great. I did a duck on my Traeger, which is great. And then all of the fat comes out of it, and if you catch it, then you can make like duck fat fries and stuff like that the next day. And,
Nice.
Well done.
Oh, it's so good.
Speaking of good, are you going to bring bagels when you show up on Monday?
Should I bring bagels?
He never brings them out here. So that's a sore subject.
I don't know if it's a sore subject. I mean, we got a couple of things working against us here.
Come on, Steven, tell him how shitty the bagels are out here.
No, that I understand.
We don't eat them.
Why would you?
We don't eat them.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat them either. It's disgusting, the whole notion of it. Suzanne, would you like me to bring you a bagel?
I would be honored if you would bring me a bagel. Thank you.
All right.
I could feel like, a little taste of home would be great.
All right.
Okay, so let's get the audience involved. Let's put some money on this. Dollar says Glenn doesn't do it.
Not that I don't want to do it. It's just that the other problem that works against me, besides my object laziness, yes, that's exactly right there. I'm going to the Anthony Melchiori Memory School, so I'm learning how to forget everything instantly.
It's pretty bad, let me tell you. Now I got both of them.
You got two of them now, Suzanne.
Oh my goodness!
It's really bad. I've really slipped in the last 6 months. It's not good.
They joked because I just adopted another dog, and Anthony's like, "Weren't Glenn and I enough for you?" Yes. But your flight's not early in the morning.
No, the car service is picking me up at 8 a.m. So I should already be up for like 3 hours by then. I should have time.
Well, my flight's at 6:30, so that's Saturday. But even still,
he'll pace. He'll wear out the carpeting, pacing back and forth for.
Oh wait, you can't even drive yourself to the airport?
No, I'm not. I can't.
Really?
Yeah, two things. Number one,
they took away his license.
Number one, this is very exciting. My kids need the car. I don't want to leave it at LaGuardia Airport all week long. And we were trying to figure out a way to get me to the airport. And then the high-tech people reached out to me. And apparently part of our contract for this wonderful keynote speech that we're doing next week was car service from my home and returning.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm feeling like a high roller right now.
But how come you didn't know that this was in your contract before? Like while you're trying
he doesn't read them.
He's acting like this is in every one of his riders, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
No, the whole
gummy
idea,
bears in the front seat.
The whole idea of a car.
He hasn't pulled out the brown M&Ms, Steven.
Listen, the whole idea of a car service to me is just really strange. It doesn't orient with me. I'm the guy that takes the MARTA to go to the from the Atlanta airport to downtown, right?
This was something Anthony arranged, and then you just lucked out.
The people really reached out to me. Oh, we realize it's in your contract. You should get yourself would you mind booking your own car and then billing us back? I'm like, oh, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, good for it.
Amazing. Well, you are forever changed now.
I know.
Oh my God! There's the ego. The double doors are coming back in.
After the luxury suite for the fish shows, and now the car service.
It's going to be off the charts.
Steven, have you been over to the Sphere in Vegas yet?
Well, yeah, I've done it twice. Yeah.
Nice. Who'd you see?
Well, nobody. We did the Sphere experience. So we did.
He just likes going there and hanging out.
Yeah.
We did for our Pacifica corporate retreat. We were out there earlier this year. I then took my family out like 2 weeks later, and I said, "You guys have to do this."
Nice.
And so we did it again. Yeah, it was very very cool.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. It's amazing. Glenn and I were there for Fish, and then he was there with Bruce Ford for Dead and Company, and we're kicking it around about going back for the Eagles after lodging conference. So yeah. So are you guys mixing up your menu? Do you have a summer menu now, especially at like your Central Coast and Marina Del Rey?
We're constantly changing out. I mean, menus are constantly being changed out seasonally for most of our restaurants really kind of specialize in local produce anyway, and so they're constantly being switched out. just to make sure that we're getting the freshest of what we can and we're not serving, stale product.
Now, do you have your barista at the Wayfair downtown LA? Because that's the best latte in Los Angeles. Teaching the rest of the hotels how to make that same latte.
It's part of it though too is that's a great coffee program we have there. So
yeah, it is.
The coffee that we partnered up with for downtown LA is Groundworks, and that's pretty spectacular. I don't remember if I shared this on this podcast or if I shared with you personally, Fred. But
we don't remember.
Craig. But when we got the chance to taste Groundworks, we went to their factory, to their tasting factory in North Hollywood. And they brought a few of us that like our coffee, and they served the exact same bean, prepared the exact same bean, exact same bag, prepared 3 different ways, and we did that for 5 different types of coffee. Okay,
wow. Right.
I hadn't eaten that day.
Oh my God!
I think I was hovering. I was hovering above my seat. Had to get in the car and drive to downtown after that from North Hollywood. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to pull over this car right now. But the most amazing thing was, and I didn't realize this, is that I was like, well, you use espresso beans to make espresso, right? And they go, no. It's the same type of bean that we use. And so we had pour over, we made them in lattes, and we made them in pour over lattes and straight espresso. And it was really an amazing kind of education on coffee with those folks over there.
So how many days did you stay awake after that?
Oh my God, Glenn. It was rough. That was rough.
Yeah.
It is very good coffee. So we partnered with Groundworks there down in San Diego. We have a different local coffee producer that we use down there. Also another great product. And so that's what we try to do at each of the locations.
Each area. I like that. Who's your partner down in San Diego?
Oh gosh, I knew you were going to ask me that. It's not Castle. I'm failing.
Lazy River.
I know it. I'm getting old. I turn 45 next month. That's it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You're the baby. You're the baby.
I know.
You're the baby.
Actually, 30-45 seems pretty good to me.
Maybe you wouldn't be dying then, Glenn.
Yeah, everything would hurt, but I wouldn't quite be dying. Yeah.
He's turning 45 next month, and I'm turning 68 next month. So,
oh God.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Glenn's going to be 105 next at the end of the year.
Yeah,
he feels that way.
Stephen, there's a Houseman family curse that we age in dog years. So
No, I was just asked to do something abroad next May, and it's going to be in London.
What?
But I turned 50 during the trip. So
okay.
I don't know. Do I push to do that, or do
I? Yeah, you do.
Well, that or you push to go to London with Glenn and I and everybody for the holidays this year.
I got a job in London.
Friday night audit from London.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, Craig really wants to do this show in London somehow.
Wow.
So yeah, but that would entail going to London and doing stuff.
It's called traveling.
That would mean traveling with the gear, not just traveling.
Yeah,
he travels. He just doesn't travel with gear anymore.
We have a Sherpa for that.
I know. I may have to travel with the gear to a trip in Vegas, but I don't have to for next week at High Tech. So I'll just be using my Osmo. I'm even thinking about buying a second one of those guys. No, doing multiple.
I definitely liked them. Are you going to make me walk backwards again?
No, I'm going to make you,
He's going to have you hold it over your head and the camera backwards so you walk forward.
I was going to make some sort of reference to the way they had to walk in Dune on the sand dunes in that weird way, but obviously no one's going to understand that. So yeah, I'm sure a few people saw the movie.
I got it. I'm not laughing, but I got it.
Suzanne, so what's bringing you to High Tech? Why don't you share how you're going? And you're doing a panel and all that kind of fun stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm actually doing 2 things. So also adjacent to High Tech is iHida, which is the International Hospitality Information Technology Association. So I have a presentation in there on Monday, and that's going to be on AI and practical uses in hospitality. And then I think I might be helping out my podcast hosts with their keynote.
Yeah.
And then I've got my own panel at 4:15, and we're going to talk about technology and leveraging that with experiences with a couple different companies. So
you said that's weird that you're going to be talking about AI. I didn't think anyone would mention that this year.
I don't know. I will also be doing a course. I'm going to be teaching a course at AI that's going to be open for the industry come the fall, and really leveraging practical use. I mean, I think that's probably one of the challenges that we see within our industry, right? We all talk about it, AI, but how do you actually apply it? And I just had my neural networks impacted this week by taking an entire AI course and looking at how do we incorporate that even into teaching and coming up with assignments so that new students can learn how to use it appropriately.
So for the rest of the show, we're going to debate the ethics of AI. What do you think about that?
Oh my.
No.
At one point I was like,
the
I need
audience
a break.
now that we're going to get AI Glenn and AI Craig, and we're going to take Fridays off. So Steven, you guys are ahead of the curve on a lot of technology. You're always staying up. What do you, as an owner and a management company, how are you attacking AI and all the
Carefully.
tech changes? Yeah.
Carefully.
You're not going to turn into Skynet, correct?
No.
Okay.
Nor are we, nor are we jumping out on board right away, implanting Neuralink and thinking that we can just duplicate our efforts that way. Listen, it's going to be here, right? I think it's here to stay. It's a question of in what form. How many years away are we? I hear some people say we're 5 years away. I hear some people say we're 10 years away. Are there jobs in our industry that could be enhanced through AI? Without a doubt. I don't know that we'd say that they get replaced, but they could certainly be enhanced by it. There's things there's things in a lot of tools that we take advantage of now, and I wouldn't say it's AI, but it helps us be better responsive, more responsive, and quickly respond to the guests and the guest needs.
Right.
And so guests being able to send text messages and phones. There's things like geofencing and things like that. That's not AI. But what we're able to do is we're able to know where guests are in certain parts of the hotel based on where they've scanned a QR code or things like that. Listen, that's not AI. That's just
right. Yeah, that's just smart.
It's just good. It's just computer program, right?
That's why Glenn's wife has always got an Apple tracker in every pair of shoes he owns, so she always knows where he's at.
She just
he's not denying it. He's not denying it.
Well, she's always sending me positive affirmation when I'm heading the opposite direction of the house.
Oh, got it.
Keep going, buddy. Keep going. You can do it.
Yeah, but it'll be real interesting. I would imagine with a lot of revenue management tools, those to me seem like some of the first that will start to adopt AI because they should, right? Because I think because they should. To be able to scrape all that data and be able to quickly analyze it so that our revenue strategists internally can make on the spot quick decisions. I think it's very appropriate.
I love that idea. I think for revenue management, revenue enhancement, and having your sales team and your revenue managers on the same page and getting that information out as quickly as possible. And adding to the guest experience are all tremendous things. Geofencing, it's kind of like when Glenn has to have an ankle monitor. So, you can take that or leave it, but I really do think
it's my own safety. It's not.
It is. That's when he cooks. He's not alled to have forks.
I've been known to stray. So when I go to the property line, I go, and I come back.
Wait, I need the remote control for this trip because last time he kept going in the opposite direction from me. So, and then he walked too much. He got too tired and he got too annoyed.
Yeah, I had a real hard time finding Suzanne at the convention center, the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. The good thing is it's not really a big place. Oh my God! I walked like an hour and a half in the wrong direction, and for real, that building is huge.
Clearly, it helps if he knows his left from his right, though. I will tell you.
I do know my left from my right. It's just there was a little bit of a misunderstanding as to which direction I was facing at the time. So, I still knew.
I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there.
It was a lot, Craig. Okay. But we found each other because Suzanne went running.
Oh my God. Hey, Steven, you've got $1.8 billion that the city of LA is going to spend on the convention center on an improvement. All that got approved not too long ago. What are you expecting out of that? Because I still think that convention center should be burned to the ground and start over.
It needs
again.
A lot, right? It needs an awful lot. What was it? It was AEG was willing to bring, kind of private and public money together to get that thing going because the city wasn't willing to do it. Well, the reality is now it's starting to get exciting. With the Olympics here in Paris, it really starts to beg the question of what happens for 2028. Right. But it's not just Olympics; it's World Cup. Yeah. It's the Super Bowl is coming back, so LA is going to be on the spotlight. In 3 consecutive years here, in the not too distant future. That's awesome. If they don't, politically, boots on the ground, streets, everything. You're going to see. I mean, you're going to start to see some significant changes. If you don't, LA is going to have. Yeah. We're going to be front and center on global news, and that's the last thing they want, right?
Yeah.
We've got to put our best foot forward.
Yeah. I mean, remember a few, I don't know how many Olympics it was ago when they were going to be in Brazil, and there was all this concern that Brazil was not ready. They're not ready. The buildings aren't ready. The town, there's disease running through the water and blah blah blah. And then the Olympics come, and it's like it's amazing. What were people worried about? I don't know if it was just. I'm not going to necessarily say they allayed all those concerns by making them just go away. Yeah. I do believe there was significant investment that was put in to ensure that people felt safe. The Olympians were safe. Olympian Village was safe. Yeah. And they're talking about LA Olympics being really spread out throughout LA and outside of Los Angeles boundary. Yeah. So you're gonna have to see a really considered effort. So Craig, back to your question on the convention center. Listen, it needs every penny.
Yeah,
of it.
It does,
it's not just it's not just the infrastructure of the convention center, but it's its interplay with everything around. It's transportation, it's parking, it's all of it.
Yeah, and I guess my question is, I don't know if $1.8 billion is enough.
It's not.
They've really got to get to a level.
$1.8 billion used to be $1.8 billion, right?
And that was just last week, Glenn.
Dude.
Yeah. Inflation.
Yeah. Bellagio was built for $1.2 billion or something like that.
Right?
Everybody thought that was an insane amount of money over there. Yeah.
But Steven's absolutely right. We've got to knock it out of the park. Now when Peter Uberoff did the Olympics here in LA,
back in 1984, in case Dave watches a playback of this show,
raised the bar. And the subsequent time we had the Olympics back here, that raised the bar again. Yeah. And, Stephen, one of our favorite hotel brokers, Oliver Shaw, lives next door to Peter Uberoff's daughter. Mm-hmm. I know he's kind of prying her for information. It's like, what do you think? What's going to happen here? I know he's looking at sales. It's like, okay, I can find these boutique hotels in downtown LA and flip them for a lot of money. So
you're gonna have to see a lot, right? There's gonna have to be a lot that changes in downtown LA. Not just the mansion tax is one of them. Not just $1.8 billion in investment into the convention center. There's the tall buildings next door to what was crypto. I'm sorry, is crypto formerly Staples Center?
Staples Center
that has basically become a giant canvas for graffiti artists to take over.
It looks great, though. I mean, you guys, making an art museum at this point.
If if it was Banksy, people would be lining up to go see that. Instead, it's
Right.
it's a bunch of no-name guys who are worried. They're claiming their territory. But anyway,
Well, did you see the guy that did the
he
strung
walked
the line? Yeah, did the walk between the two buildings.
Yeah.
So at the top, it's like, okay, great, good move.
Yeah, he put a slack line in between the two buildings, and he walked across it.
Wow.
Not a smart move. You remember that guy that did that in the World Trade Center? It was like 1970s or something like that.
Yep. And before Stevens' time, but yeah.
Well, just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like 1977 or something like that. But don't call me out on that one. I just, for some reason, that number's in my head, but it's probably completely wrong over there. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Craig, what's going on by you these days? I mean, you're out there on Balboa Island living large. It's summer. You probably got all the tourists coming. Is it hard finding and keeping your parking spot?
No, because my major domo pulls her car into my parking spot when I leave. So,
we looked it up, 1974.
Yeah. Now, we haven't seen the influx of out of town tourists, and by that I mean Northern California coming down, or people from Arizona primarily, because we do get a lot of people from Arizona and the desert communities out here, or the East Coast. It seems to be more locals coming down right now. We did get our start with the junior guard. That's where kind of like daycare, and we show your kids how to be safe in the ocean with the lifeguards here.
Right.
And the biggest problem with that is the mothers driving the huge SUVs that are holding one phone and got 4 kids and talking all at the same time. So we've now had to add parking enforcement, 2 black and whites, and 2 motor officers down here to make sure that these people don't kill the kids and the residents. But some of our we've got some really nice hotels down here. The newer Pendre, which was the old Four Seasons, and that won our development deal of the year at Click this year. I don't think it's hit its stride yet, but I think it's going to happen. The Vea seems to be doing well. They're both hitting social media. Our buddy George Lujan, his restaurant Luciana's down in Dana Point, seems to be doing really well, and he's hitting the social media with that quite a bit. I'm kind of lost on what's going on at the convention center in Orange County, because I'm not seeing a lot happening. I'm not seeing a lot of newsworthy things about it.
They're talking about this being the busiest year
ever. Yeah, but I'm just not seeing it. Yeah.
And they're translating it from dollars. And listen, everything is more expensive, right? And so if you compare this year over last year, or this year over 2019,
people, but they're just spending more per person.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah. So they're talking about 2024, the amount of convention years that come through Anaheim is going to generate $1.5 billion in economic impact to Anaheim, but rates are higher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Rates are
dramatically.
Rates are up 30%. So to Glenn's point, it could be fewer people paying more for it.
Yeah. I think that's probably the case. Now, supposedly we've still got, this mass exodus out of California, but I don't see traffic being any lighter. Do you, Steve?
Yeah. I won't complain. Let me put it that way. They finished the express lane on the 405. And I'm sure people out of state go, God, you Californians, you guys are straight out of that, Saturday Night Live skit, and talking about the freeway. But they made a major enhancement to the 405 freeway between my house and Newport Beach that has cut my drive. So I'm going to say it was dollars well spent.
Yeah. No, that was, and I agree with you on that. And there's another, Stephen, as I recall, I just saw something about an expansion of the 405 even farther north, and I don't know, some society decided to file a lawsuit to stop it. I mean,
no kidding.
It's going to be even more traffic. So
listen, traffic's here to stay. I mean, if you drive from
but New York's number one, and I thank you, Glenn, for that.
Hey, thanks for tuning into the hottest nighttime radio show. We've been talking about traffic. Let's move to weather. Craig, you said it's a bit cooler than normal. Let's hear your weather report in Balboa Island.
Balboa Island today is mostly sunny. No, it's been sunny and beautiful here today. The other day when we did Friday night or 3-minute Thursdays, it was overcast, been overcast the mornings. But it broke out this morning. It's 73 degrees here. It's been beautiful. It's. I don't have a long sleeve shirt on. Yeah. It's great. I've been out for a few walks with the puppy and top down on the car. It's all good. Hey. Now that looks like our other producer's house. Am I right about that? Or is that someplace else?
No, honestly,
that does not look like Balboa.
That reminds me. That reminds me of when I lived in Brooklyn, as a matter of fact.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's only
Stevens right up the coast.
87 down here with feels like a 97.
Seriously, that's it. It's 85 here, so it's like
no. You guys, I think you guys were going to get more of a heat firestorm up north than we were.
A heat firestorm. Oh,
no, he's in a heat dome.
Yeah, I love all these weather terms they're coming up with. I'm like, who's coming up with all these cool weather names and stuff like
now,
that?
Stephen's just up the road on the other side of Huntington Beach.
I'm 15 minutes north of Craig up here in Seal Beach. Let's see. Alexa, what's the weather right now?
Right now in Seal Beach, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit.
71 degrees.
Nice.
At least you didn't talk to me over here.
That's literally half the questions I ask Alexa. It's either weather. The only things to do with Alexa are what's the weather and do a countdown timer for me. That's about it.
Hey, let's ask Google a question. Hey Google, who's Glenn Hausman?
I don't know that
According
name.
to Wikipedia, Glenn Clifford Houseman is an Australian former distance freestyle swimmer of the 1980s and 1990s who won the silver medal in the 1500-meter freestyle.
Hey Google, stop.
Yeah, back in the 80s when he was popular, somebody sent me. He won some big fucking race or something like that, and somebody sent me the cover of the newspaper. Glenn Hausman wins swim title or something like that. And that's what motivated me to start swimming.
And that's why you built a pool.
Unfortunately, I realized I could never be Australian or a good swimmer, so then I quit. Yeah.
But speaking of swimming, why aren't you outside and why aren't you getting ready to take a dip in the pool now?
Two reasons. Number one, a little hot, and I didn't want to be suffering through this broadcast. I figure
a little.
I was suffering enough already through the broadcast. And second, way too lazy to set up all the gear and run the Ethernet cord. And then
it's not
over. I got to pack it all up. You know, what are you gonna say? The problem with the sand quarries here in South Jersey is the drop-off, says Hamilton Township Drive Team Chief Glenn Hausman. I'm all over the place. And that is actually Hausmann is one of the frequently misspellings of the way people do mine.
But unfortunately, that image wasn't right because that shoe wasn't a crock next to it. So we know that story's a crock up.
That story is. I got my Crocs on now. I got some bounce from them. That's for sure. Stephen, what are you doing this weekend after this? Are you going to be?
I think we're laying low. I think we're laying low this weekend. We got big 4th of July coming up. Craig, I'm sure is getting ready for 4th of July. He doesn't want any squatters parking in his spot. But
that's it,
man. Summer's here.
Nice.
Barbecue will be ready to go.
Yep.
I'll do all my shopping a couple of days ahead of time, and I'm not moving the car till after the 4th of July.
Yeah, man. I mean, I really hope for July 4th weekend, I don't have to even leave the house for days.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, I have a driveway, which is
Dan's rolling her eyes, going, "Yeah, you guys get such first world problems."
Yeah. I will say I have a watering hole right across the street from me. That's where my son just recently got attacked by a pit bull. But
wait, your son got attacked by a pit bull in a bar?
No, at the watering hole.
I
real
was gonna say the watering hole is Glenn's house.
Yes, you got that, Craig. Thank goodness. Oy.
Goodness. I'm anticipating that there's going to be a lot of cars because I'm figuring that people will be coming around. So other than that, but I have my own driveway, so I should be good.
Yeah. When actually we moved out here from Brooklyn, the driveway was the greatest thing ever. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. What it was like when I would come home on a late flight and I drive to Brooklyn and have to find a parking space at 1 in the morning, 11 at night, whatever it was. You could drive around for 45 minutes after being on a business trip and like exhausted, and the anger that would build within me, the rage was horrific.
He's turning as red as his shirt right now. Just talking about it.
Seriously, I would like have, sometimes I'd have to park and then it'd be like a 20-minute walk. Sometimes I would like park and I would go in front of my house, drop off my luggage, and then go try to find a spot and like have to deal with it.
All right, but now when it snows, how much are you bitching that you have to deal with the driveway?
Well, I would like to thank everybody because we've got climate change here. Rarely snows. So I don't.
I thought you were going to say, thanks to this show, you were able to install a heated driveway.
No.
And, you no longer have to shovel.
No, like I was worried it was going to snow, so I just took some aerosol cans, went shh, and that like changed the, fixed it up for us. So yeah, we don't really get much snow. We had one snow this year that could have been a concern, but we were on top of it and like shoveled a little bit. That was good. But Suzanne, for real, we haven't had a real snow here that was like significant in 5-6 years.
So I'm going to say that the next time it snows, we're going to send Dave out there to go deal with the driveway because he's so useless as a producer. We don't even have him anymore. He might as well try and like deal with the driveway for you.
Ouch.
He's not even here to defend himself.
Nope, that's the best part.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
but you know what?
We're taking pot shots, people that aren't here. Sorry, Craig.
Glenn's just gonna, move into his new house on what is soon to be the former Collins Island. It'll now be the Isle of Glen. And he's got that big, beautiful house. See that? He did the spit take. Mission accomplished. We got it.
How far away is that being completed?
Oh, it's done. I mean, he spent over $100K on just the glazing for the house. Now he's still got he dredged. He's got a new dock. The slides in so he can go right from the studio into the bay. Or into his boat.
Yes, I was just about to say I got to get quickly to the bat boat to go solve some crimes.
Yeah. I mean, this Suzanne. He's not monkeying around. The Hausman Smokehouse, Pool House, Swim Club, Yacht Club.
I feel like
dispensary over here is costing at least $25 million.
All right, at the House Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse and dispensary here in fabulous Long Island, New York, is where I'm at. Oh goodness! All right, guys, I'm getting tired. I want to go jump in my pool, so I think it's time for this. That's right. It's the Plug-a-Palooza, the reason you all tune in every single week to hear us shamelessly shill and plug whatever is on our mind. Steven, we haven't talked about Pacifica Hotels all night. I feel like we probably should have done that. Sorry. So you got a plug for your company or something?
Oh gosh, let me think of something good.
Yeah.
What we just finished our Pacifica Olympics. I will say that we brought the whole team together. Had our own Olympiad at the corporate office. Always great bringing people together. Listen, I'm just saying, the team's fired up for a great summer. And I think a strong closeout to the rest of the year. I wish I had some more big exciting news that I could publicly share today. We're probably short by about a week on that.
Hey, listen.
I bet that was the producer who's not here that scheduled you at the wrong time.
No, I did.
He does it.
Right.
me.
Dave
That
does
was
the
me.
schedule this show. Yeah.
Yeah, I schedule the show.
Quite all right. No, just listen. Looking great. Looking forward to a great summer over here.
Awesome. Hey, Suzanne, what about you?
Well, if you're going to be at High Tech next week, then certainly look out for me. I might be trailing with the Rat Pack. I don't know. The keynoters, the
Well, the way I've
slobbers.
been eating, it's more like the fat pack. Yeah.
Otherwise, look for me at 4:15
terrible.
on Monday, and I'll be excited to see folks out in North Carolina.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like when the worse the joke, the happier I am.
Glenn, move in closer to your camera, would you please?
That's hysterical. Yeah, please go see Suzanne's sessions over there. She's absolutely awesome. So you're going to want to hear what she has to say. And I can't wait to see you and hang out with you.
I know. I'm really excited. It's going to be fun. Maybe we'll squeeze in a dinner or something in between, you know.
I hope so. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there all week. Steven just dropped off. I wonder, he must have lost internet or something. Like
maybe
that.
He's sad that he's being left out of High Tech.
Well, you know what? He's like, he got his plug in. He's like, F it, I'm out. So who cares? Craig, what about you, buddy?
Hey, you know what? I've got Steven's boss on my show Wednesday of next week.
Yeah.
There he is. He's back.
Sorry.
So maybe that big announcement Steven couldn't make today, Matt Marquis from Pacifica Hotel is doing a Click Live with me on Wednesday, so maybe we can discuss it then. And I'm looking forward to a great conversation with Matt. We're going to be talking about hotels, food and beverage, Pacifica Hotels in more depth, and some of the things going on here in California. Matt and I have had a couple of really good conversations in reference to the assault on Prop 13 and taxes, the mansion tax, which does affect hospitality because it's really not about mansions. It's a bad name. Whoever came up with it, stop it. So we've got a lot to talk about. Producer Danny and I are back in pre-production for season 10 of Click Connect. And looks like breaking news. Click 8 will be in Long Beach on March 5th and 6th of next year. So
wow.
Fairmont?
Long Beach.
Fairmont?
No.
Okay.
No. Glenn works with somebody that worked on that project. I'm not allowed to go in that building at all.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. And what's really funny is I suggested Tarsadia Hotel do that 25 years ago.
Really?
No. They go, oh no, we'll never get everybody cleared out.
Too funny.
I'm making fun of a former client. So
all right, come see me next
week. Drew Hardy.
Hey, come see you next week. I'll be putting the high into High Tech. We're doing the keynote speech on Tuesday morning, 8:30 a.m. right after the Hall of Fame in Dallas. I'll be broadcasting out of the Unifocus booth on Tuesday and Wednesday of New York, gathering lots of great content for the No Vacancy Network. I'll also be attending the High Tech Finance Conference that they're doing over there. And on Thursday of next week, I will be hosting a show with Integra Online. Go to the No Vacancy LinkedIn page right now. Don't waste your profits.
Wait till the show's
all over. About like how to, get rid of your food in the right way. I'm talking to the resorts world, sustainability guy. There's going to be pig farm chat. Maybe I'll pick up one of those pigs, Steven. That'll be my little thing. It all comes around here on the one and only Friday Night Audit. Yes?
Gotta have footage of you bringing that pig on an airplane. I gotta say. Yes,
this pig makes me feel makes me feel safe. The pig, unfortunately, will not be with me on Thursday when I'm at the HSMAI event next week as well. Although there is a rumor the pig might fill in for me and do the keynote with Anthony. Find out. We'll find you next week. So next week, no show. He's got stuff going on. I'm traveling. then we're not going to bother you on July 5th. We want you to have a great holiday weekend. We will be back, the 12th, 13th, 12th?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back then. Meanwhile, have a great summer, everybody. Thanks for watching Friday Night Audit, and we'll see you right back here in a few weeks. Bye.
Aloha.